Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Rebellious Noise Pro Wrestling channel. My name is Scott, and I'm joined by Lucas. And in a moment, we'll have Rob with us as well. And it's a very special stream because I'm sure you're aware the wrestling world is a buzz at the moment with all the kind of rumors circulating the WrestleMania hype and build. And of course, tonight we have the WrestleMania Kickoff event that they're hosting in Las Vegas. Now, if you're watching on demand, skip forward about 12 minutes to see our reactions to whatever goes down. But if you're with us live right now, we'd love to hear from you in the comments. Are you We Want Cody, or are you Cody Crybabies, as The Rock has coined earlier on tonight? But we're going to get into it. We're going to see what happens at this press conference. I've got a feeling it is going to be something big. So stick with us on the Rebellious Noise Pro Wrestling channel, and we'll be back right after this.
Welcome to the Rebellious Noise Pro Wrestling channel. On this channel, we bring you some great content from inside and outside of the squared circle. We will go through and offer some in-depth analysis of the biggest events of the year, as well as bringing you exclusive interviews with some of the industry's biggest names. There will also be live show reviews, in-depth features, and podcasts. So make sure you give that subscribe button a slam so you don't miss any of the action.
All right. So, yeah, there is a real buzz tonight, guys. Really excited to be doing this stream for you. We've got Sludge Sports in the comments once again saying hello. Thank you, buddy, for coming back. And speaking of coming back, we've got Credit Galaxy, of course, joined us quite a bit on our Royal Rumble coverage a few weeks back as well. Again, we are the Rebellious Noise Pro Wrestling channel. We cover pro wrestling here, of course. And Lucas, again, we're about 11 minutes away now from this event kicking off. Do you think it's going to be as newsworthy as a lot of us hope it will be?
It depends whether people are after good news, good news or bad news, and it depends on which camp you're sitting, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Because obviously it'd be great news for fans of The Rock and Roman if they announce that as the main event of WrestleMania 40. It'd be great news for the We Want Cody camp, though, if they somehow swerve out of that match for this year. And there've been several kind of things that have been mentioned that they might be announcing WrestleMania in Vegas next year, and with The Rock and Roman as part of that potentially. But it does all very much feel that it's gearing up to The Rock and Roman colliding this year in Philadelphia. But it does seem odd announcing that match at Las Vegas, though, in a weird way.
Yeah. It's like, what are Vegas getting out of this? Why is it there? But it would be weird as well to promote another Mania with all the graphics about this year's Mania and to take away The Rock from, because again, there will be people who, if Rock isn't at this year's Mania, will feel slighted as well. So you got to remember that. Critic Galaxy says, I think The Rock special guest ref at least keep Roman's bodyguards at bay. Rock versus Cody. Roman versus Cody. Rock special guest ref. I think that is probably the best scenario. Personally, that's what the critic thinks they should do as well. I think that's a great idea. I think Rock still being at Mania, still that big draw for this year's Mania. But and of course, I think it'll be all about Cody winning if that was the case. But you always can have the element of, could The Rock turn on Cody? And like there'll always be that factor as well. So, hey, I don't want to get too excited, but I do like that idea. The other option is as you said, Lucas, they go straight ahead with The Rock versus Roman Reigns, and Cody does something else. Of course, Raw looks like they could be heading into a storyline where Drew McIntyre is in the fold, and maybe that becomes a triple threat, and Cody is involved with Seth still. Then you've got Cody putting up a story today. And if you saw it, he said, I've made my decision. And they've been very careful to not say straight up, this match is happening. And even Rock on Pat McAfee's show earlier on, was basically saying, look, it's not official yet. So it's strange that they haven't made it official. It's strange that they've leaned into things on commentary, and it's strange they've allowed wrestlers to say the whole, this isn't your story going after Seth, like Drew McIntyre was saying, because I feel like WWE would usually pretend and kind of, and try and act like, yeah, this is still the story thing when it isn't. And they've kind of made us aware that they know that's not the case. So I find that strange. But then again, maybe I'm getting my hopes up because I am in the camp of wanting Cody to finish the story this year. So yeah, it's going to be interesting. Do you think there's any? I know, like in our group chat, we've been having this debate for a few days now. It's been raging on, and basically Lucas has been in the camp of Rock's been put pen to paper a while ago. This has been the plan. So I know that's your stance on it there, but do you think there is possibility that they're maybe going to pivot here?
No,
you don't.
No, I think if that match is on the table, they're not going to tease it and not do it. And it's just it's rule number one. Like I said this on both the streams we did for the Rumble, and I'll say this till I go blue in the face with it. But I think one on a promotion, you can't promise something that you can't pay off. And at the moment, if they can pay it off at WrestleMania 40, but there's doubt they could pay it off for next year, because a lot of people saying about pushing it to next year, but it's like, well, the complaints that people have about The Rock already being up, not in the best ring shape, maybe a bit too old for this as well. It's just gonna be 1 year more, because you're not like The Rock's gonna spend a year down NXT, learning his craft again.
No, I do think though, more as you say, the older he gets, it becomes it's a race against time. But at the same time, he's kind of like he has a year to prepare. Because it was interesting when we again in our group chat behind the scenes, guys, just to let you know, what we've been talking about. Dan raised a point. Who's sadly not on the stream tonight, but he raised the point of Rock didn't seem ready against Jinder, so they can't wait another year and they need to get it all out of the way now. But I was thinking the opposite of that. Like I just said, I think it gives them a year to do it. But like you say, there are risks at play there. If Roman gets injured, or as you said in your message, Rock could be shooting a movie. But it's not like they don't have previous with this. They did announce the Rock ahead of time for a year. They did build it up for a whole year. So it's possible, but I get where your kind of concerns for that booking would come from.
I think because obviously the last comment was saying about Rock being a guest referee, isn't that now going to upset the We Want the Rock fans? Essentially, we want Rock and Roman, because they're essentially dangling the carrot of the match of Rock and Roman and then saying, well, actually, the Rock's just going to be a guest referee. And I think they ultimately sealed the fate of this match for me by having that face-to-face. Why bother with it? Why bother with it that far in advance, to set up next year's WrestleMania? They just don't do business like that, which is...
unless they have felt this big, finger in a pulse type situation, which Rock has mentioned himself today on that show, and also mentioned in the past as to why he didn't take up the offer previously. It has to be right. So, I don't think it's out of the possibility that the Rock's come into this and gone, you know what, it's not right. We'll do it another time. And I think the only way everyone will be happy is, like you say, if they move in a direction of Cody and Roman again, they have to then give those Rock fans, and I'm one of them, don't get me wrong, got the old book behind to prove it. They have to say, but you're still getting this next year. That's the best case scenario. Unless they
can find a way to do both. They've got 2 nights of Mania. They can do one match each night, potentially. That's the only way I think that everyone is wholly happy, because I think if they do go their head, by the way, off 3 minutes out apparently, if they do go ahead with the route of it being next year, you've then annoyed fans of this year that potentially already purchased tickets, and then you're going to have The Rock has to be on WrestleMania this year doing something, because it's too much now. And then obviously you run the risk, like we say, of injuries, movies, possible retirement, etc., and other stuff that could come up for next year. And then, but the same with Cody, if you don't do finishing his story at Mania, when are you going to do it? You're going to go do it at Backlash in France. You're going to wait until SummerSlam, which weirdly hasn't got a date for it announced yet.
No.
Are you going to do it in Germany at Bash of Berlin? Are you going to stretch this out to Survivor Series? Maybe drop the War Games and call it Tribal War Games, I guess, or Story War Games. And finish it at Survivor Series with But and then there is obviously that thing about people saying Cody will beat Seth, and then they're again unify the belts at SummerSlam or down the line. There's so much coming into this, and I think just because we've got 2 minutes, so let's just touch upon the other people that I've mentioned in this press conference, just so people are aware. And obviously, outside of the Roman Rock and Cody stuff. Seth Rollins is meant to be there, current World Heavyweight Champion, injured obviously, who is rumored to obviously be Cody Rhodes' actual opponent at WrestleMania. Rhea Ripley, the current women's, she's a women's world champion. I can't remember
that's what
which one it is. the one the belt she's got basically.
Yeah.
And we've got
Bianca.
Interestingly, Bianca Belair.
Yeah, I wonder where she fits
not a
into this.
Or a Rumble winner.
They've announced as well that hosts are going to be Pat McAfee, CM Punk, and I think Michael Cole and Big E as well. So that'll
be interesting.
Yeah, Big E's going to be nice to see him show up on our screens again as well. It takes away a bit of a big, huge surprise and return moment, but hey, nice to see he's doing better as well. What do you make of the CM Punk injury, torn bicep? Yeah, it's a real shame, man. I was real disappointed that.
Someone's just loaded up on my.
But yeah, disappointed by Punk. I do think it's potentially thrown a spanner in the works here. So yeah, I've got my stream going, guys. If you're watching along with us, we really appreciate that. Whether you're watching live or demand, either way, let us know in the comments what you think of this new road to WrestleMania and the way they're doing it tonight. It's really interesting to do this kickoff show. Not a fan of it being called kickoff because of the kickoff shows that they do. Bit confusing. But hey, I like the idea of kind of milking the road to WrestleMania, man. Like and even the week before, we've been covering, when he announced the lineups, what days, getting what matches, and when they show off the set, man, I'm really excited to do that again this year as well. So if you haven't already, guys, subscribe. I know we hit 600 subscribers the other day, Lucas, so feeling really good about that. So, we're on the road to 1,000, just like we're on the road to WrestleMania. If you're new here or you've been here plenty of times before, we appreciate it either way. We've got interviews with WWE superstars. We cover, of course, a bit of AEW, TNA, and New Japan over the years as well. But, quite a lot of WWE content coming your way, of course, in the season that wrestling fans love, which is the road to WrestleMania. Acrylic Galaxy also says, give Cody a chair, Roman a chair, The Rock a chair, go nuts in the cage. See, that is the thing as well, the potential of a triple threat there, but I think it ruins both matches, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Like I want Cody Roman, and I want Rock Roman. I'm getting confused with names now. And if The Rock comes back to being the triple threat, it feels really weird because it's about the tribal chief situation, It's not about
the only fair way is to have both matches one night. We've got the signature showing up now, just so people know.
Oh, okay, yeah. Mine's a little bit behind, but it's coming on. Speaking of coming on, we've brought Rob's here as well. Hey there, mate.
I'm good. Sorry, guys. I couldn't find my charger, and I had like 10% on the battery. I'm running around looking for it. I look like
You're here, mate. You're here just in time. The show is beginning. Yeah. Our streams might be slightly out of sync. Apologies if that's the case, or if anyone ruins the surprise for someone else. You know what? There could be nothing tonight. It could just be a kind of good old ad for WrestleMania. But I'm hoping there is going to be something exciting.
Yeah, I think we all are. Obviously, they're showing Las Vegas and the Strip at present. And
it's got to be for something as well, though, right? Like Vegas Mania kind of feels right as well.
It does, isn't it? Don't know where it would be, though. And it's interesting, actually, they're in Vegas, which was the scene of, obviously, the infamous WrestleMania 9 incident, which saw, obviously, Hulk Hogan insert himself into a main event, kind of unwanted, between Bret Hart and Yokozuna. And it's interesting they're now back in Las Vegas for this. They're showing Chief Content Officer Triple H arriving earlier. 3 hours later, Cody Rhodes was arriving. Which I find quite interesting. It feels like a pay-per-view, doesn't it? Like,
it's mad. This is mad, ain't it? Yeah.
Paul Heyman, the Wiseman, and Roman Reigns arrived via, I guess, the company jet. I'm guessing.
Oh yeah, they showed this on socials last night as well, and this is where The Rock also gets in the car and says he calls himself like the long gamer or something like that, which kind of implies there is something going much longer, maybe the rumors of next year's WrestleMania instead. But here we go.
Oh yeah, we have The Rock, also Dwayne The Rock Johnson. They're actually calling him. He was arriving last night,
weird,
along with Roman. I'm guessing they've enjoyed a day out, in Las Vegas before today's thing. Weird videotapes now on. Who remembers VHS in the comments?
I've got a D-Generation X one right there.
I think it's a trailer for 40 years of WrestleMania, I'm guessing, because it's asking
cool.
where were you 40 years ago. Yeah, obviously the birth of WrestleMania.
The garden.
It's bonkers, isn't it? 40
years.
You know, 40 years of WrestleMania, the moments that we've had, you know, all throughout the time. And, you know, are we going to be seeing another epic moment this year at WrestleMania? Oh, they're showing Rock and Cena as well, which is quite interesting.
I mean, they usually make a big point, don't they, of you know, the 10s being big ones and big moments, which of course, you know, lines up with The Rock. Don't get me wrong, but it's just someone else's brewing. That's the issue, ain't it?
It's very interesting to me that they've always on the anniversary ones had these controversies. Obviously, WrestleMania 10 was formed from the joint Rumble win of Lex Luger and Bret Hart. And where they had contractually, because Lex Luger, believe it or not, was the first contracted WWF employee as in terms of wrestler, and he was told he would be getting a title match, you know, and so that's why they had to go ahead with it. And they did the whole 2 winners, and then they did the whole 2 matches on one night. Obviously, we know how that ended, as Bret Hart left as WWF champion that night. Then 10 years later, we had the triple threat situation, which going into it was perfect, of course. You know, the triple threat for Chris Benoit, Shawn Michaels, and Triple H. Obviously, everything that happened afterwards, it's kind of obviously controversial. Then WrestleMania 30, need we say more? we all know what happened at WrestleMania 30.
A somewhat similar situation again, yeah.
Yeah, it feels like history's deemed to repeat itself. I mean, this video package is showing every single kind of moment from The Rock, from Roman. We've got Rollins and Drew, and they're really kind of hyping up these people as the main people to be watching at WrestleMania, I'm guessing. You know, I'm doing a lot of face-to-face with Rock and Roman, though. Yeah. They've ended on that as well, actually, I think. Yeah, we're now sponsors.
Right, I'm going to refresh to see if I can kind of jump back in ahead of time, because I was a little bit behind. I think I'm even further behind now. Fantastic.
Punished you. It's mental that actually in an arena for a kickoff, a press event.
Yeah. It's so mad. I mean, it was free, don't get me wrong, but still.
Yeah. I'm sure they're selling merchandise and.
Yeah.
Here we go. So Michael Cole.
Like, what is it? Like, what's going to be this setup? Like.
Well, we got Michael Cole, Big E, Pat McAfee.
Okay.
Who else is there?
So weirdly enough, it does look like a kickoff show because they've got the desk. You know, like the actual kickoff show is on the night of the PLE.
I thought it'd be more like press conferencing.
Yeah, so did I. I mean, there's surely got to be a big stage for that. Maybe they'll go somewhere else for that kind of stuff.
I imagined it. You know when they do the conferences for Saudi, when they come in and walk on stage and they do that. That's how I envisioned it.
Yeah, Sam, I thought it'd be like a press conference, like a
I think they will. I don't think it'll be.
They've got a whole massive stage behind them with the WrestleMania logo and the sponsorship and stuff. Surely they want people looking at that.
Yeah, I think they will. I think there'll be a stage up there.
Pizza Hut and I pay the sponsorship. But yeah, Big E. I'm hoping he's getting a very good reaction from the fans. Very much deserves it. I know he's obviously taken his time, isn't it, to determine what he wants to do going forward. Obviously, whether he wants to return to the world of WWE and wrestling in general, or whether he wants, something else potentially. And this might be him testing the waters, I guess, for something that's not in the ring, which would be a shame of it. Obviously, that's how it happened. Punk sporting his injury. Oh, yeah, he looks really in pain, actually, Punk. But it's still very weird in the suit. Very weird in the suit.
Yeah.
Do you guys remember the story about how he lost the world title, apparently? Because he
worked. Yeah, Undertaker didn't like it, apparently, was it? And
he lost it in
didn't look like a champion
match as well, wasn't it? Like a 10-minute Hell in a Cell match. Going back about 15 years ago almost, I think.
Yeah, it is now. Yeah, it was about 2008-ish. So he's getting huge reactions there. It is a real shame that he's come back and. But Laura says in the comments that on the chat on the WWE stream, and I can see it myself, it's full of the "We Want Cody" comments as well.
So it's interesting how long they
seriously, man.
do this for though. Like how long are they going to announce? I mean, it'd be nice to see like a timeline of what they're going to do. It just feels very odd, this event, doesn't it? It's very odd because we know that usually
it's really weird.
Matches there for that same night that they're obviously hyping, but we're kind of hyping just appearances by Rock and Roman, aren't we?
But like I said, oh, don't worry. I'm still in the mix. I'm still gonna piss a lot of people off. My mouth still works.
I'm sure you're going to piss a lot of people off tonight.
Yeah, absolutely.
We got a lot of feedback from someone's TV. I don't know if it's Lucas or Rob, but might have to turn it down a little bit. Just because we don't want to get any kind of trouble.
Is that better? Is it me? Yeah. I might have to go and grab my earphones,
Yeah, no worries, man.
Yeah, go for it. I mean, we'll keep people updated. Obviously, at the moment, guys, we are still.
See you in a sec.
Oh, The Rock's name just got booed. By the crowd, it seems.
It's so weird. Like, they can't make him a heel against Roman. Like,
yeah, because what have they been building up to? I mean, it's really weird. Or are they going to go with? I mean, what do they call this? They call this kind of like the reality era, don't they? Where it's like the fans kind of have organic reactions, but WrestleMania is meant to be that big kind of moment, isn't it? And over the last few years, WrestleMania, for some people, obviously it has been copy and paste with obviously the bad guy winning, for multiple times in a row. And it, are we going to see that again this year, Mania? This is
that's the thing. Like, if it is The Rock and Roman, like, suddenly I want Roman to keep his title, and if it is Seth and Cody, I want Seth to keep his title, which is mad. I would never have thought I'd be saying that just a few weeks ago, because I don't want Cody to win the wrong title, and The Rock shouldn't have been a champ. So it's crazy.
God. The right mess, isn't it? That they could have. Yeah. Or it depends. I mean, I think obviously with this, that a lot of it relies upon us not knowing what to expect. Because let's say The Rock, and he is capable of it. Like if he wanted to, if he was somehow able to pull, a match of the year contender out of the air, and we're sat there at Mania going, wow, that was fantastic.
Yeah.
Then he wins a championship, and then he drops it to Cody or drops it to someone afterwards, and again, like another very good match. Like we could be sitting here going, all these people doubting him.
Yeah, and it was great.
It just feels, it just all feels very weird. This setup is actually quite weird as well. How they got people kind of, I don't know, are these people like plants? You reckon they've got like a crowd of people around them?
Yeah, they're a bit close, aren't they?
Yeah, a bit.
You know what they could be? They could be. They were selling these really expensive tickets for like exclusive, like, photo opportunities and this, and you get to go to this little press event and all this kind of stuff. So I wouldn't be surprised if there are people that have just paid big bucks to be somewhat close.
Fair enough. I mean, yeah, it feels like they are kind of, no one else is really coming up as well.
No, it's just a bit of security around them.
Someone's holding about 25 championships on their shoulders as well. I mean, look, I'm all for people supporting and loving their fandom, but surely that actually becomes impractical to bring to a venue. Like unless you live next door to the venue, which you're not going to. Las Vegas, nobody lives there.
Nah.
Like you're having to lug around heavy championship belts.
Yeah, they're not light, are they?
No, yeah, heavy. All of them are heavy. With these replicas. Oh, have we got an entrance or something? Or they're just showing the lights? Okay, no, they're just showing the fans. So what? This was free to.
Yeah, they just advertise you can come along for free. I think they're promoting it as a fan event, but also a press event. So they're definitely they must have invited media as well.
I saw some people with press passes at the front.
Okay.
When they first kind of opened in, now we're going backstage with someone. Jackie Redmond. Sorry, Jackie. These people are very interchangeable, aren't they?
The booze for The Rock there. See, this is the thing. This could turn into something, as you say, with a good match, but also storyline, really entertaining. The Rock on that Pat McAfee show earlier was very entertaining.
Yes.
And we could get that if he turns heel, but it's just strange that that's not what we ever expected from the Roman Rock match. It would be very weird, but we could kind of be walking into a happy accident with that, you know? So
I think it definitely, again, Rob, it definitely lends itself well to getting the record of potentially the most unique match in WrestleMania history in a weird way, like unique reaction match, I guess. Like, and if that is what they're going down, like it'll be interesting. But it also heavily relies upon the end product being good, and because they're only going to get one shot at this, you have to imagine. You know, because WrestleMania, people forget, like, obviously, some people are building up all year to this and have had, you know, a series of really good matches, really good showings, really good booking, really good story, etc., all behind them. And they, after WrestleMania, are able to go out and to continue basically the road to next year's WrestleMania, I guess. But they're able to continue these performances. But with someone like The Rock, he is, let's be real, most likely going to be a one and done. This is it. Like, this is the one story and the one match that they have to do. And if it's not good, that's a problem, because it's like, are you going to redo it next year? Like, or give him like another opponent, you know, and do you end up becoming like The Undertaker, where it was just like, you know, it just got to a point where there was you end up tarnishing that person's legacy because you're putting them out and having bad performance on the bad performance on the bad performance. But obviously with someone like Roman and Cody in particular, they have obviously, maybe not Roman because he's very part-time nowadays, but Cody definitely has many more moments like to kind of improve and like to do a better job of it. But yeah, we got Paul Heyman now talking, and it seems to be being very vague, doesn't it? Who gets the main event of WrestleMania?
And they're playing again. They're playing into allowing for the cheers and the boos for Rock and Cody. So it's like they'd be crazy not to kind of do something here. A few comments here from Critic Galaxy. No, it was this one here. Where did I go? I've lost it. Here we go. Someone turned Cole's mic off. Are you not a fan of Michael Cole?
I think he's underrated personally.
He's got a lot better, I think, and I think he's earned a lot more respect to the fans in recent years as well.
I'll tell you what,
I would say with Cole, since he's been with McAfee, his work rate just tripled, you know?
Yeah, I think he's given a new lease of life.
I think the commentary, Kevin Patrick aside, has got much better since the past couple of years or so, and moving back to the two-man booths was a very good idea. I would like to see a return of three-man booth to pay-per-views, though. I think it adds something special, and it always feels weird when they have like just they're putting too much stock into Cody chants. That's from Laura again. It feels weird. Like, it feels very weird and very anti-Vince as well. Like, Vince would have been muting the crowd lines. Would have had this all behind closed doors kind of thing, just so that there'd be no fan reaction.
Fully controlled, exactly.
And just fully control everything. But then it's a case of, if they you have Punk, okay. I get that. Like, but I think you need someone to steer the show. Like, sorry, Critic Galaxy, I understand. You got people like Punk, Pat McAfee, and Big E. But obviously, it's not really about them. And Cole is very good because obviously people forget he's now worked on like regular live television for like almost 30 years. And knows how to seg these things together. Speed, WWE Speed coming to X. What is this?
They're saying a short, under 5-minute matches, basically.
They started teasing it recently, haven't they?
Yeah, on house shows. This is very.
That's all right.
Oh, Triple H is coming apparently.
But with that speed, then are they gonna be 5-minute time limit, or are they gonna kind of break kayfabe by going, this match is always this is short? It's gonna be a bit weird.
The thing.
I think it's. I mean, they can either do it at time limit. Or the match has to be done in, like, I beat the clock, but it's always at 5 minutes. I'm not sure, but I like the concept, especially for like, for example,
social media,
getting some of the women on the show that and just need to get it done. You know, it'd be great for that, especially and all like the luchas and stuff that they've got coming up, and that'd be fantastic for them.
Talking of fantastic, we can now see what the actual setup for the kind of press conference type feel of the event's going to be like. We do have a big old stage, as you can see. Triple H is now on it. Entrance music and entrance video behind him as well. So
looks like he's about to drop his first song.
It is possible that they could change up the graphics to announce a WrestleMania Vegas or something like that as well. So we'll see where we're going with this one. Triple H about to start speaking.
I want to rock.
Okay, just about the history, I guess we're going to start with.
Interesting how much of a cheer Hogan gets.
Yeah. There's still a little bit of feedback, guys.
Anything now?
Yeah, I can still hear it.
Guess he's really hyping up the celebrity appeal of it, I guess, isn't it?
He is, yeah. Punk just said Cody threw over the top rope, not The Rock. Punk makes a good point. That's it. It is weird to give up your WrestleMania match. You know, it doesn't make sense for kayfabe. Yeah. And they've let Punk say that, so must be for a reason.
It feels weird it being like such an open stage. Does anyone not feel that, like a press conference, like it being just a massive stage, like a massive set? I don't know. Maybe it's me.
Yeah, there's no like props on it either. There's no like podium. There's no tables and chairs. Are we gonna have?
It's gonna be weird, like when the Rock and Roman and Cody and that do come out, like they should be stood there.
Yeah,
it looks more like an Apple presentation at this point.
Yeah.
Announcing any iPhone.
They're gonna start throwing iPhones at people. Cody says, "I go back to my point. Rock special ref let Cody and Roman go out." Yeah, again, I agree, mate. I hope we're gonna get something like that, but I do fear this is just all smoke and mirrors to use the Cody term.
Whoa!
Great song that. He's had some great theme songs, Cody.
Oh, you see Triple H's little smirk there after you mentioned The Rock. Obviously got mixed reaction and kind of smirked at it. They're really digging this.
Cody says, everyone happy, everyone gets their moment. Yeah, exactly that. That's what I'm all about as well. Okay. Is this all just typical selling talk, though? Or are we actually getting something?
The thing is, something like this is like, it's still a WWE performance, if that makes sense. Like a WWE event, it's on their network, it's on their social media, it's so it still needs to be somewhat in character and stuff. You've got the press there, you've got real fans there, so it's like it's really quite weird.
It is,
but it feels like he's selling. It feels like he's having a conference call, but also like he's doing a promo at the same time.
Yeah. But the whole you ain't seen nothing yet. Look, they hype up Mania every year. You know, they hype up these big events, but they really are saying that this is going to be massive. You know, like. Okay. Nice to get the numbers back on there as well. I mean, you kind of have to when you've got a big anniversary, but. Okay, so what we getting next? And they've called him Paul Levesque. That's strange. I mean, again, that's what you do at the normal media events, but not on a WWE branded TV show, as you say, Lucas. All right, first guest, Bianca. See, what's this all about? Unless it's Jade Cargill or something.
Yeah, that's the thing I'm thinking, but it just feels very weird. like having someone who's not really part of this any kind of main storyline. Let's be real at the moment, just randomly rocking up here. But
yeah,
and then, they were doing these guests one by one as well. We could be in for a bloody long stretch, couldn't we? Because they've announced Bianca, Rhea, Seth, Cody, Roman, Rock. Assuming Paul Heyman's involved as well. This could be a longer pay-per-view, couldn't it? Okay, that's quite a short video.
Right, okay.
So both this have her come out, and then Jay will come out, and then they just point at the sign, and that'll be it.
Because otherwise, at the moment, all it looks like it'll be is one of these guys are going to say, "You're looking forward to Mania?" She's going to go, "Yeah, it's going to be the greatest." like we need something. So it'd be weird to start if there is no announcement or anything here.
Well, yeah, because you'd think that obviously, like with most of these things, some people are going to watch the first 5-10 minutes, aren't they?
They go, there's nothing to talk about there. She's got a mic already ready to go. A critic says Triple H wants it to be the biggest Mania of all time. It certainly feels like that. And question 2, all 3, do you predict any debut surprises at Elimination Chamber or Mania? You know what?
Dreams for those.
yeah. We'll go deeper on that going towards those. But I think the big name at the moment looks like maybe Okada could be showing up sometime soon.
When AEW.
Could be it, yeah. All right, so Bianca's just going to have a chat.
Okay, so she's hyping up her docuseries.
Okay. Right.
She looks very different, doesn't she?
She does, yeah. Any more TNA surprises, I wonder? It's strange, though, isn't it? Because obviously Scott D'Amore's just left TNA, so it feels like that's going to maybe throw a spanner in the works, it seems, going forward with TNA. It'd be interesting to see what happens there.
Personally, I think with that, if Tony Khan has any sense, anyone good around him telling him, he should hire Scott D'Amore, personally.
Yeah, because there's a lot of people, if reports to be believed, a lot of people are upset at this, and
yes,
they might jump ship with him if that's the case. And TNA have made some, waves in the past few months, haven't they? With a lot of their kind of talent really stepping up and kind of turning heads.
So yeah, this is literally, we're just getting her old Wikipedia page. I get it, but it's also, come on,
because she's not really. I mean, I think Jade would be fantastic, but especially to have a match that didn't have a title on the line. We always say it, don't we? It'd be great to just see feud matches in the women's division.
Yeah.
But the thing is, we've got Rhea with a title, and then you've got the damage control situation. So,
unless they're now going to announce that Bianca Belair will enter the chamber potentially, that's the only other thing I can think of. But that could be done on Raw. To be fair, do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
aren't they doing qualifying matches as well for those? So it'd be a bit weird if Bianca gets the Brock Lesnar, Roman Reigns treatment. Is that it?
Yeah, she basically went, I don't know what I'm going to be doing, but I've got a winning streak, and it's going to continue. Okay, let's hope the rest of the event isn't going to be that lacking in news.
The only good thing about that is that it was short.
Yeah, exactly. We've got one out of the way.
And I can't really have anything else to add to that, really, Scott. I think.
Yeah, not much. We've got.
It was something that happened, I guess, but
that's a great way to describe it. Because Rob's back in the room as well. Rob, I don't know how much you saw that Bianca Belair basically just as Lucas called it, went through a Wikipedia and told us, I don't know what I'm doing at Mania, but I'm sure I'll win. Is basically what she said. So
yeah, basically that was it.
Yeah. Oh, great.
Well, they are now hyping up Ripley, showing her a little video of her. and maybe she'd just come out and also read her Wikipedia. Maybe she'll read someone else's Wikipedia. That might be what's happening.
For us, out in the works, isn't it?
A copy of maybe the new Becky Lynch book, and read a few chapters from that.
Nice. Something different. Critics said TNA surprises at Elimination Chamber, they predict. Okay, well, it could be. I think it's going to be a really good show. We're going to be covering it again on this channel at a reasonable time for us, because although we're not in Australia, an Australian show means it's early morning for us. So we're going to be doing quite a lot of coverage around that. And yeah, it will be cool if we did get some surprises on that show.
Mm-hmm.
Read Tom's wiki. Yes, you might do.
That was a good one, by the way, Acrylic.
A veggie might comment from... Okay, so... But even here, like, we don't know what's going to happen with... I mean, she's facing Nia at the Chamber, right? You'd imagine she's going to keep the title. And is it confirmed that the Women's Chamber will be a number one contenders match then?
Yes, yeah.
Okay, so that's why we're going with this.
It makes sense. The only other thing they're doing, potentially, is they're keeping everything else quite normal because something big's going to happen in this Rock thing, you know.
Yeah.
But it just all feel very weird, like the whole staging, the setup, and let's see what she says.
They're all going to say the same sort of thing, aren't they? Like, it's nearly WrestleMania, guys. I can't wait.
I mean, I just kind of think that something like this is being done because they understand that WrestleMania gets a lot of the casual fans, the lapsed fans, you know, back into it. And they're kind of trying to reintroduce the brand, I guess. This is almost like a reintroduction of WWE as a brand.
Yeah, because it's these little highlight packages and...
Because we all have them, or at least we all know these people, where they haven't watched wrestling since insert the last time it was cool here. And they will mention the same few names.
Yeah.
Is John Cena still in it? Is Undertaker? Is Stone Cold? Is, you know, Kane and blah, blah. You know, are they all still in it? And then, you know, this kind of thing is for these people who they go, oh, we want to watch WrestleMania because The Rock's on it, but who are the other people on the show? Oh, there's this, like, this woman here, she's got a belt, you know, but it just feels very, I don't know if I'm the only person, I don't know, who just thinks this is all very weird. Like,
it is weird. It feels like it would be. I understand. I think it is, like you say, milking the brand and kind of getting eyes on them, but it does feel like it will be a disappointment if there isn't some sort of news here. Because they're hyping up. I mean, Rock called this a night that people will never forget. So far, no offense, kind of forgettable. Yeah, exactly. You know, so all right, hyping up the Chamber.
I feel like I'm behind you guys.
What are you hearing?
She just went, yeah, boo.
Yeah, we did say this. Oh. We got someone interrupting, haven't we?
Oh, I ain't got it.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, Becky Lynch.
Oh, the man. Well, this is literally...
Okay. This is Raw, isn't it? It's a promo of Raw. Like, just have a ring, guys. Like...
This is really weird. I'm sorry, this is all weird. They got space for ring there, to be fair, at the front.
Yeah, there it is.
You know what they could have done? They could have done Scott's favourite. You know when they do... the Hall of Fame, and they just take some of the ropes down.
Yeah, good point. It could be worse. A credit says, I just realised that Mammy, as she calls herself, reminds me of Cruella de Vil. There you go. I'd love to see her chasing around Dalmatians.
Or we could have loads of little Dalmatians.
Domination.
Michelle McCall. Didn't Michelle McCall have all the crosses all the time, didn't she?
Yeah, it used to be on a gear. Whose gear are you talking about? On
Becky Lynch's. She got crosses. Like
what she's wearing now. Oh yeah. I think this is surely where they're going to go. Becky Lynch versus Rhea Ripley Mania makes sense.
I mean, they've just basically told us.
Yeah, they're doing it here, and they had that fantastic promo leading up to the Royal Rumble, didn't they? So like they already sowed the seeds there. So. Oh wow! Is it really the first time they face each other? That is quite big in itself. And it's weird as well because in the ring they're looking at each other and they're moving around, they're circling. Now they're both on the stage, they're looking sideways at each other. It's so strange, the little setup they've got.
Yeah. It's like a back and forth TED talk, isn't it?
It feels like it. I think it'd be a good match, these two, though. Controversial comments there.
I mean, they pretty much just confirmed that match existing. I think.
Yeah. Kind of makes the chamber match, I'm sure, will be entertaining still, but it's not great when you give it away, is it? Like,
yeah, particularly with Becky Lynch. I think it's the only person to been confirmed for it as well. So it's not at this point. It's like, well, she just completely.
It just feels like we're already there.
Adam Pearce now out, the current Raw general manager.
That's it. Yeah. Who do you think will have some conflict at the press conference? I think it's got to be in the main, whatever the main event is, whether it's Cody or The Rock and Roman, there'll be some sort of face-off there, won't there? Physical maybe not with them. Yeah, that's a good point, actually. Maybe I could see, and I don't think he is on this, but like someone like Logan Paul having a bit of a, because that would be great publicity as well. Logan Paul at press conference gets in a fight with someone on the stage.
I hope if they do, then someone needs to throw a mic at him because it's becoming like this ongoing thing, isn't it? Dylan Dennis, Logan Paul.
Here we are.
It was LA Knight. Did he throw one at him? Who was it?
I think so.
I can't remember.
Here we are. Yeah, they've just confirmed the two women's matches for the chamber. And they've got a qualifying match tomorrow on SmackDown between Bianca Belair and Michin. I think it's safe to say he'll be winning that one.
Right, yeah. So why is Becky in it? Does she just cash in a Charlotte check,
Becky qualified on Raw. She beat...
Oh, she did? Okay, sorry. I missed that.
Now. They're advertising obviously still to come. The people, obviously Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns,
they're making a point of it.
Cody Rhodes in a picture that is very high definition.
Weird that they are saying who will Seth face and all this stuff. It's like you're really teasing
now at the moment, isn't it?
I think Drew is the best bet. I think Punk would have been great, but I think for me, ideal scenario at the moment is that The Rock is the enforcer, Cody and Roman, the story finishes and the title finishes on Roman as well, and then The Rock happens another time, and then on the other side, Drew McIntyre beats Seth Rollins. Seth needs to lose the belt anyway, in my opinion, and I think Drew has been doing some incredible work lately.
I would say this is the best Drew that we've had since, I would say, a Clash when he had that big build and the big momentum going in.
Yeah.
I think this is the best. Other than that, this is probably the best run I think I've ever seen Drew in WWE. Like his stuff as Galloway when he done the ICW stuff and back in Scotland and whatnot, that was really good. And I think we're kind of getting shades of that and what he's done with TNA and a couple of other promotions. And he's really coming out of himself. But I think they've got to do it because he still hasn't signed a contract, right?
Yeah, apparently not. Yeah, so yeah, Critic agrees with you as well. Drew stepped up big time. I've really enjoyed this because he got stale, didn't he? You know, a few months ago, he was like something needed to happen, and taking WWE more seriously. I mean, it's an opportunity that's opened up for him. You know, this CM Punk thing could be something for him, but also beyond that,
one thing needs to happen now, right? And he needs to come out to Broken Dreams. That to me, that's like the perfect song now for that stuff.
Yeah, but I think that would have been better as a baby face, you know. So I mean, he kind of did it.
I agree.
So
to a degree, to a part, right? But him now stopping Punk coming in and take it, and he's gonna basically take Punk's spot. To me, that just sounds like he's breaking that dream of Punk, so he can really that. You know, I mean, have you seen the merch he's got with the
yeah.
So the thing is, surely that would I'd have that for when Punk returns, and obviously they have their match.
Yeah,
that is kind of Punk's match when he gets back, I guess. Well, if Drew's still in the
and it could even be for the title by then. If Drew does win the title, that'd be a good little feud.
But yeah, I think it was nice how they did it for Clash of the Castle, didn't they? Had like the pre-entrance, and they with the Broken Dreams and stuff, and I think that was a nice touch. But I don't think he should bring it back permanently. I quite like his current one's quite a banger, actually.
I do like the current one as well, but the old one is just.
But yeah, we're back to Cole and Pat McAfee on stage now. I'm assuming they're getting ready to welcome Seth Rollins.
Okay, here we go.
Playing, showing off his outfits. He's had some interesting outfits, isn't he?
He has indeed.
As a visionary. Now, this is interesting because do obviously Rollins and then Cody, I guess.
Well, that's what they just said. We're about to find out, basically. So it'd be
weird.
The
smart thing to do would have Seth come out and have Roman come out, and then obviously have Cody and the Roman.
Yeah, and then have him decide him. Yeah. Oh, weird, though. Speaking of Seth's attires over the years, I've actually tried some of them on this very channel. It'd be wrong of me to not promote that video here. So if you haven't already, check that out. We do a whole host of different types of videos here on the channel. So stick with us if you're new, and if you've come back, as we've seen a few of you in the comments, thank you very much for that as well.
Yeah, I'm guessing they're now getting ready to introduce Seth Rollins.
This is it. Cody take both titles, both shows. See, people have been saying as well, maybe he can win this and then later on unify. And I'm like, how can we unify a new? They've just brought this title into existence because of the problem they had with the other title in the first place. So, but he could win both and keep both. Yeah.
I thought he was moonwalking.
But at which point does it get ridiculous though? When there's been so many implications, and you know. But right, we've got Seth Rollins, who is in a green suit today.
It's a nice green.
It's a nice green, like an emerald green, isn't it? Like a Wizard of the Oz green. But yeah, he's out. He's hyping the crowd. It just feels so weird. Sorry, I've said this so many times on this stream, but it is just weird. I'm hoping there will be something.
That suit is sparkling.
Maybe I'll have to try that one on.
You should. I feel like he borrowed that from Elton John, you know. Sparkles.
I do wonder if they do this going forward and it becomes like tradition where the Rumble winner announces at this show or something like that, who he's going to face. Right, it's a sparkly suit, isn't it?
So I keep muting it when they're speaking, so you're not getting the feedback.
Oh, yeah.
But no, even if you say that, because it could be a good way of using it. Especially you've got the two Rumble winners, so they obviously can have. Yeah, they have all these different spots now where people qualify for the more title matches, don't they? I guess. So you have obviously the Chamber, the Rumble for both people as well, isn't it? So it's like you can have all these. You could stagger the announcements basically, isn't it?
And really milked the WrestleMania brand. I mean, it was bad enough when they put it on WrestleMania Backlash. I forgot that was a thing until earlier, by the way, but glad it's not anymore. Acrylic Galaxy says, WWE Super World Heavyweight Champion of the World, the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes. Another a mouthful if that happens. Yeah, definitely. It's hard to keep up these days, ain't it? So, all right. Pretty big Poppy. Proud of himself there. We've got Seth Rollins on the stage at the moment, guys. For anyone that's not watching the stream itself, again, thank you for everyone that's joined us, including Will Rally Sport Rally 1. Hi, guys. Hey, mate. Good to see you back on the stream. Thanks for joining us, man. Are you in the We Want Cody camp? What else have we got here? We got Tony says they definitely have more conferences with Mania now. TKO thing for sure. Yeah, it feels like that, doesn't it? Because Vegas is very UFC, isn't it? And as you know, as mentioned earlier on, the Super Bowl's there this week as well. So yeah, well, he's asking Cody Rhodes to get out. Galaxy, Cody Galaxy, just give titles to Rob. He looks like he's ready. Rob, are you ready?
Oh no, Roman comes out. I am. Roman Reigns, the current.
Oh wow, okay. WWE I'm a little bit behind you there, but I've got it now. Roman's music is hit. Whoa!
Well, I had it on mute, and I only saw the stars from his music video there. Entrance video, sorry, not music video. It's not. It could be one day. You know.
Yes, we are from the UK. We are indeed. I was saying earlier on, it's going to be good for us to watch the Australian show because it's on at a reasonable time for us. So we're going to go heavy on the coverage for that. So stick with us, mate.
Been a Cody Rhodes fan for years and years. Remember Stardust? Oh my God, not a fan. This work just because he's in the news this week because in the news. Yeah, I mean. We are going to, I guess, figure out now what's going to go on with this. One would have to assume the show we're finishing on the hour. I think that's what
it must be
scheduled out for. But it does seem quite big having both Reigns and Rollins face to face, isn't it? Actually,
it does. Yeah. I've been a Cody Rhodes fan for years, says Will Rally Sport Rally. Remember Star Wars OMG, not a fan this work just because he's in the news. I even like some of the Stardust stuff. I gotta be honest. Cody Rhodes go on, son. And the Elimination Chamber's on at 9 a.m. Yeah, it's gonna be an early start, man. But we'll be here for it again, doing our build-up show. We'll do an instant reaction. We might even try and squeeze in a watch along as well, just like we're doing right here. But let's see where we go with this, guys. Roman's about to speak. Tribal Chief chance. Who's coming out first, Cody or The Rock?
I reckon Cody and then The Rock.
Yeah.
I don't know. What time do you finish?
They haven't said, but yeah, I agree with Lucas. It probably is going to be in 15 minutes, like to keep it an hour. But it could go over.
I mean, I was thinking that, but I mean, it's
go a little bit. But
they've got 15 minutes left.
Yeah, I don't think we'd be going too far over. You know, it seems like they're coming to a conclusion now.
Shed her to work. In his wife's shoes. It's great Roman versus Seth, Cody versus Rock. Oh my gosh, yeah, could you imagine? That's not reasonable. It's on at 3 a.m. if you live in California. Yeah, see, the Americans finally get to see what it's like for us over here in the UK, watching things at silly o'clock. Rock coming out last for sure, says Tony as well.
It'd be interesting to see the reaction of Cody's reaction and The Rock's and see the louder pop.
It'll be Cody, I reckon. They're really toying around with it, man.
Yes, I mean Roman's saying that he chooses apparently now.
Yeah.
Next, you don't do the Rumble at all, I guess, because you just have someone
Yeah.
return to face the one champion, then the other champion just chooses from the roster. There we go.
I love the back and forth between Roman and Seth, especially because of the history, you know.
Mm.
Does seem very split, doesn't it?
Comment here as well. So some wrestling fans on YouTube are annoying. I just heard someone talking about Candice LeRae and then said it's a shame Dexter Loomis got released. No, I said breaking news, bro. Look, Dexter Loomis released. So Roman says he chose The Rock.
So you just he did just choose The Rock. While we were in that comment, he did choose The Rock. But let's see, as The Rock is now coming out.
Can we have the Miz versus The Rock, please?
Tony. Why is he dressed in just a black vest? Isn't he assassin or something?
He's not, yeah. Because he had a brand new shirt he wore the other day.
But it still just feels like it could be a little twist, though. Like, you know, because technically there has to be a contract signed, doesn't there? Or like there has to be some official announcement.
Yeah, it feels odd, don't it? Like The Rock would just come out straight after that. It's all lined up for Cody. It's like as the comment said a moment ago, Cody will be last. So it turns out that was right. Cody's coming out last, and that they can't not give us what we want. Well, most people want, I think. Guy didn't know what he was talking about. He's still in WWE. Dexter Loomis. He's in catering. Yeah, I thought. Yeah, so I thought you said he actually was released. I was like, oh, okay. Yeah, he's not done much lately, Dexter. Is
I believe a report went round that they want to either repackage him or to bring him back, kind of like at a future date. But it just seemed like a very dumb rehire to me. Like they got rid of him. They used him well in NXT. They kind of did everything they needed to do with him, and then they used
him a lot when they brought him back. But then, but at first it was a shame before they threw Heyman in there.
The Rock is about to speak. Let's see what The Rock has to say.
Let's see.
Finally, it's got to be that first, right?
It's got to be.
A lot of booze.
And he's letting them do it. I think the best thing again is for The Rock to seem like the hero and say, "Look, I'm here to help Cody. We planned this a long time ago. Oh, look at the picture at the back though. They've got Rock and Roman set up already.
Yeah,
the promo image. But it could just be a swerve. This is so strange. Rock does look like he's on a bloody movie set, doesn't he? Action hero. Yeah, not much Nikki Cross action lately. You're right. Yeah, very interesting interview on the Pat McAfee show, wasn't it?
It seemed very Hollywood at that point. I don't know if you've seen.
Yeah. Okay. Yes.
Basically, yeah.
If he faces you, yes. As much as I like you, Rock, you should not be winning the title.
I mean, yeah, it just doesn't feel like that's what's happening now, does it?
So he's straight up said, do you think The Rock's going to win at Mania? So unless Cody just comes and steals it from under The Rock, and that's how they kind of play it, you know, because Cody goes, no, I changed my mind.
I won the Rumble, yeah.
Yeah.
That should
then
come first.
They'd have to make it a triple threat in storyline kind of things. It would feel like Rock would argue and
But it also just feels weird him being in between Cody and Seth. I mean, Seth and Roman. You didn't win the Rumble, mate. You're not even in the chamber or anything. It should be Cody out here saying who he's going to pick.
And it's weird. I think you made the point the other day, Lucas, in the group chat that it buried the world title as well. Like, Seth just looks weird out there going, no one wants me in this match. That is just weird.
It's just a spare part, isn't he?
Yeah, it's not great. It doesn't do wonders for your new world title. We all know what it is. It's going to take some time for us to kind of see it as a, on par, but you don't have to kind of slap it in our face. Like, 2-night Roman or triple threat. That's the 2-night thing is a possibility. Comes out. Oh,
it's all just getting booed. Like, surely this isn't it.
Right, this has got to be a swerve, right?
So weird. Yeah. If it's not, it's just crazy.
The ending with Cody. Let's see. This is bloody weird. This whole night's been weird.
Okay.
But he loves himself more.
Allegedly. You don't know, man. Rock might not be the bad guy people trying to paint him as these days. They want Cody, man. Unless this is just because Rock is going to go mega heel.
Dude, can you? We want Cody. Rocky sucks. Is that what they're saying?
He goes heel against the biggest heel they're meant to have. Which he just buries Roman.
If they do a double turn,
4 years building someone up, and then someone just returns and gets more heat than him.
Yeah, it's on YouTube, mate.
It is weird the people are still joining his catchphrase and they're booing him.
There we go. Oh, the Cody Crybabies, the comment he made on the Pat McAfee show earlier on. He's acting like a heel. Because it would be weird, it's like, even if they pivot and he's like on Cody's side almost.
Oh, do you know, I've got this vision in my head and I don't like it.
Go on.
We have Roman, we have Cody versus Rock night 1. The winner of that goes against Roman night 2.
It's not the worst thing, but like,
I just don't care. I'm sorry, I just don't care.
Yeah. But I think Rock and Roman is something that should happen. Like, just not.
Bro, they should have done it 2 years ago.
Okay. What's this?
Oh God, the what chants at the Rock. How they got so bad with this.
I'm gonna respect it. Okay. Take a look. Okay. So we've got the Bloodline family tree.
Mm-hmm. I swear, if they say something and Cody's bloody related to one of them.
This is so strange because every time you think they're going one direction, Roman looks proud. Here's one. Roman night 1. Whoever wins. Yeah, that's basically what you were just saying, weren't it, Rob? Yeah.
Now we're getting the Rock's Wikipedia page.
Yeah, not just his, mate.
Like, he's going to bring up loads of directors that he's worked with. Here's the director of Fast 5, director of Fast 6. Here's Vin Diesel.
Yeah, he looks like Vin Diesel tonight.
Here's the Tooth Fairy director.
Yeah.
This is all very weird. But yeah, a few people have mentioned, by the way, this doing it twice. With your Tony earlier. Shout out, by the way, to Dexter as well. But yeah, Tony mentioned it. I've mentioned it, so did Will as well. But it just seems like they're pivoting so far away from anything apart from Rock and Roman. And why is Seth still out there?
This is so weird.
Like this entire thing is not to do with Seth. This entire segment. Bloody weird. Seth's got to say something in a minute, surely.
Oh gosh, like he's
Right,
just being a heel, which I love heel Rock, but this is so weird. Come on, Cody. Get out here and just clear things up. Well, you got the name of the title wrong, so you can't be promoting it. Because you can't now have Cody come out and go, "Yeah, Seth, me and you, all right?" It'd be so
It
weird.
doesn't make sense.
Yeah, this has been done so backwards. Like, yeah.
Who's saying hold on?
Cody.
Is it Cody?
Mm.
Without the music is a bit odd, isn't it? But all right.
I swear. He'd been in business.
Okay, come on, Cody. What are you going to say? I feel nervous. What is this? What have they done to us, guys? Oh, okay.
Are we getting it? Are we getting it, boys?
Oh, okay. This is so weird if he comes out, says this, and doesn't put himself in the match.
Seth's just there like a spare part right now.
Yeah. Okay. Rice makes a decision.
I'm just saying, if he goes with Cody, I'm going to close this laptop. I swear.
Oh.
Oh, he chose Roman.
Ooh.
What is going on? You know, if this has all just been designed to make us care more, you go back to the end of the Rumble when I was saying I was annoyed that Cody won. God, I wanted this match, but I didn't want him to win the Rumble. Well, now I've just suddenly care way more about Cody again. Oh, gosh, what is going on? Old news. The number 2 thing. Roman's kind of got a point there. Last year was this year. It should have happened back then, but
this is so odd because they literally just dangled the carrot of the match, and now it's not.
The Rock looks angry as well.
Oh.
It's like who?
He said, just like your dad.
Who did this?
You're irrelevant.
Oh, thought so. Yeah, good point about Seth. He is. He's just there to get roasted, isn't he? Oh, okay. Ooh. Go on, Cody. Ooh. Strong words from Cody there about the forefathers. What's going on here? Like, Rock's like...
They're hyping every match.
Okay. This is going to be a triple threat, ain't it, boys?
Or like maybe with a Rock in Roman's corner. That's what it feels like.
Yeah.
He's now coming to Roman's side, weirdly.
Okay. Rock. Oh! He slapped Cody.
And now Seth's kind of...
Was that little F word there? And what's Seth got to do with any of this? Like,
Seth's
are we
just
going to
there
get a tag match?
I swear, if we get a tag match at Mania, I don't think I'm going to do this podcast anymore. I swear to you guys, because that is just atrocious. Like,
that would be crazy. I've lost my stream. I'm going back to it now, but okay, they've all been separated, basically.
They've all been separated. Cody and Seth have left the stage. You've still got the Rock and Roman on the stage. There's a lot of swearing going on.
Wow. This is so weird. Like, it feels legit, doesn't it? Like, obvious is the work.
Sorry, guys. What annoys me more, right, is if they're talking about all this family and the Anoa'i family and all this stuff.
Yeah.
Which is great. I love the fact that they're bringing it in. But they just had a blood oath to determine they're going to go against each other. So clearly it doesn't matter who's at the head of the table right now. That's completely irrelevant.
Well, but they haven't announced anything.
Yeah, we still don't have anything. Like, we have an idea.
The Rock and Roman are still on the stage. And now they've gone back to the panel. And the Rock and Roman are about to leave.
Like, how do you end it?
With nothing. We still do not have an answer.
Punk saying he wants Cody to punch Rock in the face.
Well, they're still on the they're still on the stage. They're filming them on the stage still. Okay, they're leaving. I think they're leaving the stage. But I mean, we haven't got an announcement.
It looks like Cody's not getting out of the main title picture with Roman. Like, we're going to get something there, but whether or not it becomes a triple threat or even a tag match at the Chamber, and I don't know what we're getting, man.
I'm talking about. I mean, Seth was an afterthought in that whole segment until right at the end, though, when if people didn't see that, just to clarify what happened, after Cody was slapped by The Rock, Seth piped up along with Cody, and they were both being restrained, by the WWE officials to get them away from The Rock and Roman, who moments earlier had kind of took us down the garden path of them having a match at WrestleMania.
Yeah.
And now the graphic is showing Cody Rhodes and Roman
Reigns. Oh, yeah, they've changed it.
Facing off. It's bonkers.
This is crazy. You know what? Again, though, it does make this feel a bit more realistic. Like it's, I don't know, like it's, as the critic says, the PG era is over. It feels like that with all the swearing we had just there on the stage. I feel like they've kind of
press are somewhat leaving, it seems. So are they maybe now going to a backstage area to do something else?
Like a press conference, like an actual press conference, maybe. What's weird about this is, as much as I've enjoyed this, I've enjoyed doing the stream as well, and we've got talking points. They did this event and they announced nothing for WrestleMania. Like, all this could have been on Raw. I've enjoyed it. Don't get me wrong, but it feels a little odd, don't it?
Yeah, I think they need to announce something now, like, coming off the back of this. It seems like they wanted to get that segment in. you know, with all four of them at the end. But again, like we go to it, like they've now kind of shown or previewed stare down between all these people, and you have to imagine The Rock's only doing one match, and it's like, is it against Roman? Is it against Cody? Is it against both of them? But you have to imagine only one of these matches exists in this universe, and they've, you know, obviously got Seth involved too with this, and he seems to be more on Cody's side now, which is a weird swerve to go to when you're meant to be wanting this guy to face you at WrestleMania. But yeah, this is all very odd.
Big E saying as well, you got to do it now. It's not next year. It's not SummerSlam as well. Of course, theories that people have had recently about how they can kind of get themselves out of this corner they've put themselves into, it seems. A critic wants to know who's that guy behind Pat. I guess, yeah, the one with the titles. We think there's a lot of I think fans that paid a lot of money to be there, basically. But yeah, the age-old thing of if you've got a title at a show, you should be willing to defend it, I guess. Will Rally Sport Rally says, look at CM Punk. LOL, saying if someone punched me, I slap them back. It's is that a shot at Jungle Boy? Oh, I didn't even think of that. Oh,
Cry me a river.
Yeah. But this is a weird way to end this show as well, isn't it? If this is it.
But the kickoff thing has got Roman versus Cody in the background.
Yeah, that's
also referring to The Rock as the boss, you know, the executive, Pat McAfee is, and they're all talking about it now, which is a weird thing. And they're asking where Rollins figures into this. Yeah, I mean, they've got, in my opinion, they've got to announce something now. Like, you know, it does lean towards a few things, isn't it? Like, are they going to do the 2-night thing that's been talked about quite a lot on this stream? Are they going to do the triple threat that's been talked about a little less? Or was this whole Rock thing just a swerve? Which is a weird person to swerve with, though, isn't it? Like,
so strange, isn't it?
If that is
but those questions from the media, it doesn't look like it. Yeah, it doesn't, does it? I mean, as Lucas said, saw a lot of the media kind of rushing off there.
Is backstage now with Jackie Redmond.
So maybe get a bit of an announcement here. So he's not even in matchmaking mode here, is he? Look. Oh, we've got The Rock, though.
Oh.
Wow, this is so weird. Wow.
Do you know what I like there? The Rock being the one at the front, Roman's being his little lapdog by following.
Yeah, that is so weird, isn't it? It's so strange. This is it's an element I didn't really expect, but I'm liking it. Punk is so animated.
I love Punk, man.
It really seems like he's having a good time at the moment, don't he, Punk? Which is nice.
I think why Punk's injured, stick him on commentary, man.
Yeah, I remember when he did before. Yeah. Yeah.
Not they are literally wrapping this up without announcement. I did like the animation of Punk at the end and how big he's dancing, but this was they're literally just saying see you on Raw, basically.
Yeah.
Or SmackDown tomorrow night. I mean,
yeah.
Shall we just kind of digest what we've just kind of watched? Obviously,
yeah.
You know, we just watched an hour in 10 minutes now of this.
We watched an hour and 10 minutes of nothing.
No, I think that's unfair. It was enjoyable.
10 minutes, we watched an hour of nothing and 10 minutes of a build-up with no answer. That's what's happened.
I think people are frustrated about that not being made I mean, they had a big chance, you could argue, to kind of confirm this one way or the other. It does seem that they're going along with Cody's made his choice, but for some reason The Rock's also made a choice, and Roman's made a choice, despite neither of them being in a Royal Rumble match, which is a really weird situation to find themselves in.
And Seth's just standing there.
And Seth's just standing there.
Yeah, but like it is odd because he's defending Cody and all that. But like I do think like I mean they're showing the kind of as we exit the kind of stream there, the kind of drama that was going on, and it is good footage. It does look cool, and I think it does lean into several possibilities, which I do like. Yeah, I prefer at this stage to know safely we're getting Cody versus Roman and The Rock stuff, but they're not going down the route of special enforcer. It seems it looks like something is going to happen, maybe a triple threat or something like that. But I still think it was good. There are more questions, but it's still good.
Well, do they do a tag on one?
Yeah, that's
night
what I was. Yeah, I think
4, and then do.
I mean,
match the next night.
I think at the Chamber they could do a tag.
But that literally kicks Rhea out of the main event, doesn't it? Let's be real.
Yeah, but I don't think that'd be going on last anyway. Rhea versus Nia Jax. I don't think that's close.
Yeah,
It's supposed to be last.
Nah, I can't see it. I mean, if it does, then well, fair play to Rhea, but I don't think it's the kind of match to close the show, in my opinion.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
I definitely got tag vibes off that though.
Yeah, it is weird that he suddenly cared about Roman in a way, because they did it in a lot more of a respect way. Even when they were going to face each other and they did the little, dabbing in the hands, they were like, it's a blood oath and let's see, who comes out on top. They went away from what you expected from a Rock return to face Roman, which was, you've been running your mouth and I'm the real leader and all this stuff. It wasn't quite that. It was more of a respectful, hey, maybe I am passing the torch to you, maybe I'm not. So that kind of led into them being able to kind of be buddy with each other all of a sudden as soon as Cody kind of run his mouth. But yeah,
it just feels like the whole thing of they done on Raw or whenever it was when Cody come out, and then The Rock come out and basically said, I'm not going to do my thing at Mania. Whenever that was, that whole promo. It just feels like now that is compared to what they've just done was completely irrelevant and didn't even need to be done. Like it was only done to spark a reason to have The Rock there for this press conference, and that was it. There was nothing. I mean,
well, that is the reason.
No, but yeah,
this press conference couldn't really exist without The Rock. To the attention, the level that they wanted to go to with this, it was impossible for them to get it without The Rock being involved.
I mean, it's possible that all of this is planned and manufactured and all that, but to me, it feels like there are several pivots here. I feel like the Punk thing for a spanner in the works, Rock not knowing if he was going to commit or not, and then the fan reaction, the backlash, and all that. I feel like they've changed their minds a few times lately, and I wouldn't be surprised if that was the case. We still don't know what we're getting. Let us know in the comments, guys, what you think is going to happen at WrestleMania as well. But like, I got to be honest, like, I feel better about things than I did this time last week after, a few days ago after SmackDown. I do.
Yeah, it definitely feels like Cody will be in a ring with Roman Reigns at WrestleMania. Whether he'll be alone in that ring kind of remains to be seen. But it also kind of feels like they've just come so close to saying, or they have said today, they spelled it out, that Roman Reigns chose The Rock to be facing him at WrestleMania. The Rock came out and said he accepts this match.
Yeah.
And it'd be the biggest WrestleMania moment, biggest WrestleMania match, yada, yada, yada. Brought up the family tree and said a match made by blood, or whatever he said, from the exact term. And they've essentially, they've got all those words of "I will be facing Roman Reigns," "I will be facing The Rock at WrestleMania" from those two people. Like, it's got to be in the same match, surely, of some kind. Like, and there's only so many ways you can do this with trying to keep everything.
But I just think not that doesn't complicate things, but Rock is the one that was swearing. He walked past Triple H and said, "You need to fix it." Roman said nothing and stood behind him. So all of a sudden,
Well,
Roman
did
big
say
Roman said, "You're lucky," and that was it. Like as he walked off at the end with the Triple H. So all of a sudden, all this time, Roman's been this destroyer. He's beaten everyone. Rock comes back. So what? Roman fears The Rock because The Rock was the one that led charge there. He slapped Cody. Why didn't Roman do that? So it means Rock is the bigger heel, or if that's the way we're going. So it's completely irrelevant. Like they're on the same side.
There is a risk. It does change what the point of both matches were, innit? You know, the whole point of Rock versus Roman is to be the head of the table and then Rock be a babyface. The whole point of Roman versus Cody is for the story and the title to come off of Roman. But it feels like we are getting a weird mixture of the two now.
Yeah, but it seems like the whole thing of being the head of the table that wasn't mentioned at all. I may be wrong, but the idea of
being the top of the bloodline was basically that, innit? That's basically the same.
But Roman, my problem is Roman followed The Rock. Everything The Rock done, great. If he wants to be a badass heel, perfect. But he looked like a better heel in the last 10 minutes than we've probably had of Roman in the last few months. Roman followed The Rock, not the other way around. So that's
but I think that might be like it depends how it plays out, but it could be just Roman kind of taking this opportunity to take a step back and go, yeah, cool, you fight my battle for me and I'm not getting involved. Or I don't know. It's a really, really strange one. Also strange is the fact there was no real version of a press conference, was there? They did kind of make it seem like there would be. We didn't have any kind of traditional press conference set up. Tony says Cody versus Roman is happening. It's how to fit the Rock in now. Rock is acting like the head of the table and Roman will turn on him, I feel. So yeah, that feels like that's a possibility as well. Maybe answers Rob's kind of questions about why Roman's just kind of quietly in the background. Her press questions, I'm sure. Madness. No, they didn't really do anything. Yeah, so
a bit of a use the term press conference, like, or did someone make it up? Like,
I think it just
a kickoff show, but
yeah. So I think it's because they said they invited the media. I think, and that kind of. I guess it seemed like that. I thought it was going to be a press conference. I've heard example Fightful will be there, but no media can ask any question. That's weird. Yeah, so I think the media were there to cover it, but not get involved. And kind of in hindsight, seeing as how it played out, as much as I said the last bit felt really, really realistic because of the swearing and kind of the chaos, they also did want it to be a controlled environment, right? So if you suddenly have people fully coming out of kayfabe and going, the fans want it might have kind of stepped on their toes. So opening it up to questions probably wasn't going to work out. I don't know. Yeah,
it's very odd, but yeah, I mean, I said the word odd about a million times during that entire stream, but I just think there needs to be an announcement of something.
Yeah.
The anxiety that I think we're all having around WrestleMania, one way or the other, like needs to be put to rest. Like, are we getting The Rock and Roman? Are we getting Cody and Roman? Are we getting anything else? Like, we need to know. And it felt like for a WrestleMania kickoff, which is the key word, WrestleMania being the key word in this, like we didn't get a lot really to help us. Though I guess it's just maybe pointed Cody closer to his world championship opportunity. But it also feels like the second of a tag match. I'm sorry.
It feels like Cody feels like he's back in the fold, but not. Would it be a proper press conference before Mania? I don't know. I don't know if they will. I mean, there probably will be one after Chamber, which will probably lead into that. But I think that what's weirdly happening is that Chamber's losing a lot of its kind of shine at the moment, right? I mean, obviously would get overshadowed by WrestleMania anyway, but all this is feeling like a little bit of a distraction, in my opinion, from Elimination Chamber, unless somehow we do again get this tag match at the Chamber between Seth and Cody team up against Rock and Roman. But
it just feels like it's too big a match though. For what? Chamber's in like 2 weeks. Are they really gonna?
Oh yeah, that's a good point. It's not long away, is it? Aquatic Galaxy says, hold on, lads. Where was Drew? Yeah, there was no sign of Drew McIntyre there, which I thought might be the case if, Seth is out there. Maybe that's what would have happened. He would have come out and maybe challenged
Because
Seth.
again, all Seth did was stand there and watch The Rock and Roman Reigns trade a promo and then stood up for Cody. So from that it just does not lend into the tag match thing. Like
it does,
because he didn't set up any singles opportunity against, because he wasn't saying anything back to Roman or back to The Rock. They were able to diss him, and he looked like a chump for standing there in his green suit. And then, when the Cody got slapped, he seemed to take offense of that and got angry, and then kind of wanted to confront the bloodline, The Rock and Roman Reigns. I mean, I think that if they don't announce that The Rock's on SmackDown tomorrow, I think I'd be very surprised, because I think we need answers to this. Like, are The Rock and Roman now kind of like the mega bloodline?
Yeah.
God.
But that could sow the seed for friction in the future. They could still do that match. Maybe this is a swerve away from that. But it would be weird to kind of, just do like a tag match if it was a tag match at Mania, right? And they moved away from somehow didn't even have a title match. It would be crazy, because we don't want Cody to have the big nice main event match. We want him to finish the story. That's why we want Cody involved. You know what I mean?
In my thing, I'm thinking they do the tag match night 1, and then they do the singles matches on night 2. So you still get both.
But the problem with that is,
but it would still be sorry.
And so the problem with that is, if you do have the tag match first, night 1, and then the singles match is night 2, great. But how does that tie in with Seth? Because now Seth's involved in something, so then Seth has to have another story going on with someone else.
Well, I guess about that Drew McIntyre.
Things.
Yeah, the Drew stuff works. Tony says if they do tag match at Chamber, Drew will cost Cody and Seth to set up Seth and Drew. I could see that being a possibility. Head of the table, and then you have the kids' table at a party. It did feel a little bit like that, because saying is Drew on the number 2 table was Roman.
According to Roman,
earlier on.
Yes.
The deal's with us again. Says, what is the point? They're going to be crapping all over Seth's title. Isn't the point to build it up as being important? They don't care. Why should we? That's exactly how I feel, mate. I was saying a similar thing earlier on, and we've been saying it for months since the title came about in the first place. Yes, you have to kind of get a champion to make it mean something, and some great matches under your belt, no pun intended. But at the same time, we know it's a long process for that title to ever seem like on par with the other one, and to basically have these occasions recently, and it's been entertaining. Don't get me wrong. Roman, belittling Seth in the title like that has been entertaining. I won't lie, but it is very damaging, and it does tell us. And we're all in this going, Seth, and it's not exactly Cody. We want him to go after the other belt. It's because that's part of the story, but it also lends into this kind of feeling that that belt doesn't matter. And it's not strictly the reason why we don't want him to go after Seth. It's more because of the whole Dusty Rhodes connection. But pass the parcel, anyone will pass the title. Yeah, it's it's going to be interesting to see how it works out, guys. It's been a fun stream to do either way. Really enjoyed all of you guys. Kind of all your comments, whether live or on demand, you're catching us. Please let us know in the comments what you think of the media event / fan event we just saw. What you think is going to go down on the road to WrestleMania? Does that involve Elimination Chamber in a tag match? Do we have a night 1, night 2 situation? Do we have a triple threat? Sadly, we seem to have more questions than answers, but I'm a little bit more comfortable in the feeling that Cody might get to finish his story, and that's what I'm optimistic about now. I'm intrigued to see what happens with The Rock. I think this has lit a fire under him as well, and we could get some really good performances out of him now as well. So we'll see how that goes. Rob, Lucas, thank you so much for joining us as well. It's been, again, good fun chatting wrestling with you as always. And we are going to be back in the near future with Elimination Chamber content. As I said, it's on at a reasonable time for us here in the UK. So we're going to be watching that early in the morning, and we'll be doing our build-up show as we always do, where we preview the PLE. We'll talk about last-minute rumors and WWE news. And judging by the way things have been lately, boys, I think we're going to have a lot to talk about by the time that stream rolls around as well. We'll try our best to kind of cover any other breaking news throughout the coming days as well. But would really appreciate it if if you haven't already, if you subscribed, of course, turn on the notification bell and all that fun stuff as well. You've got previews, predictions, you've got kind of retrospective watch-alongs, you've got interviews with WWE superstars and more videos beyond that as well. But yeah, please again stick with us if you liked what you saw today, and thank you again to everyone that's done that so far. You know, we appreciate all of you. Again, recently we hit 600 subscribers on the Rebellious Noise Pro Wrestling channel, so nice to have that milestone, and we are on the road to 1,000. So spread the word and keep coming back and leaving your fantastic comments, and yeah, we'll get to do a lot more fun streams like this going forward. Before we get out of here, Rob, Lucas, anything you want to mention?
No, I'm just trying to hold my tongue, bro. I said in a group chat, like, listen, I don't want to demonetize the podcast.
Yeah, all right, I get you. Look, here's the thing: there is still so much to go on about this, and maybe we'll come back and do another stream in the coming days as well, because there is, especially when it gets a little bit clearer and we can actually really get dig deeper into it. But our group chat has been wild all week, and you know we've been itching to kind of come on here and talk about it. So I'm glad we've been able to do that. But again, we'll kind of we'll dissect a little bit more when they do make it a little bit clearer for us. Lucas, what about you? Anything you want to mention before we get out of here?
I think the main thing is they've now made kind of their TV almost must see, haven't they? You know, for this, because we need to know the answers. Like, you know, I'm literally feeling like a panic attack coming on. I need to know a match for WrestleMania. Like, I need to know. I don't care what it is. Like, it can be Roman against Damian Priest or like anyone. I don't care. Like, you know, Chad Gable against The Rock. I don't care. I need to know. Because again, they were refusing to show a match graphic of anything. You know, they've had the little face-off things on the stage just now, didn't they?
Yeah.
But they haven't said. There's nothing where it says. Where you usually do get, you know, and usually quite quickly, isn't it, with this stuff? You know, when once something gets said, you know, I mean, I watched NXT this week. They straight away they announced, you know, Wolf Dogs getting their title shot, and then lo and behold, 5 minutes later, there's a match graphic.
Yeah.
You know, because that's how they do things in WWE. Except from with this, where essentially they've just not announcing anything. But yeah, I think end of the day, I think it's something which it just feels like it's constantly evolving, because I think we've all gone from, you know, really being, you know, starting this We Want Cody movement to now this kind of like, oh, Cody kind of back in it, but is he? Because now there's this potential tag scenario kind of setting up.
Which I would never have guessed coming into the stream. It's one of the few things we didn't predict, you know?
Exactly, yeah. I don't think anyone did.
I will say the only, I don't want to say the only positive, obviously there is loads of positives, but the one thing that I want to take away from it, I'm frustrated. I think you can see that in my face, and you know in a group chat I'm annoyed. However, they've tried to bring back some legitimacy to what WWE is. Okay, yes, they've kind of blanked a lot of the words. AEW, they still drop F-bombs and stuff like that. But it feels like this is kind of a new, do I want to say new attitude era? Like a new era, a TKO era of the way the press conference is. We had Cody have blood on Monday with the
bull rope. Was shocking, wasn't it?
Yeah. So, I mean, going forward, it does look like we're getting a little bit more like edginess into WWE. So there is a positive from it, but just tell me what's going on. Like, I'm just bored. Like, I mean, for 4 years we've had this whole thing of Roman, and now we're like, it's Roman versus Rock, and they need to know the head of the table. And then by the end of this episode, we see Scooby-Doo and Scrappy-Doo walking away saying, "Fix this." Like, just sort it out. Like, you've literally told us nothing. You know, 2 years ago, Cody and Seth weren't on the same page. It literally said in interviews, "We're not friends."
Yeah. Why is he
Cody got back and Seth was there standing, fighting his battles with him? Like,
the old adage, the enemy of my enemy is my enemy.
Well, there we go.
But I think we have to maybe reconvene in a few days and unpack.
That's it.
Whatever they announced
It's frustrating
Get
not
sorted
having
out.
answers, but we'll definitely try and come back and kind of see whatever they've come up with and officially announce whatever that is, unless they swerve us 4 more times after that, and we'll really kind of sink our teeth into what it looks like we're going to get at WrestleMania. But anyway, once again, thank you to everyone that's joined us tonight. Thank you to everyone that's left a comment. Thank you again to my RN Pro Wrestling teammates in Rob and Lucas. It is 1:30 a.m. here in the UK, so we're all going to get off and get a little bit of shut-eye, I reckon. But we'll be back hopefully very soon and hopefully with a few more answers. But once again, thank you all so much for joining us. We will see you on the next one.
Welcome to the Rebellious Noise Pro Wrestling channel. On this channel, we bring you some great content from inside and outside of the squared circle. We will go through and offer some in-depth analysis of the biggest events of the year, as well as bringing you exclusive interviews with some of the industry's biggest names. There will also be live show reviews, in-depth features, and podcasts. So make sure you give that subscribe button a slam so you don't miss any of the action.